Hey everyone, JustusRStone here today with my review of Book 5 in Reki Kawahara's light novel series, Accel World. This one called The Floating Starlight Bridge. Now in this volume, Haruyuki comes up with the idea that he actually thinks he knows what the next stage of Brain Burst is going to be, and that is a space elevator, because the cameras that they use to create the Brain Burst world, they're sort of like, I guess, security cameras placed throughout Japan, are being placed on this space elevator for security purposes, and he figures since they will tie into the same sort of database as the existing camera network, Brain Burst will now allow them to get there. This opens up the idea that hey, a new stage calls for some kind of special event, and in this case it is a race. And so we find our heroes deciding to take up the challenge and see if they can win for Nega Nebulous and to gain themselves a whole whack ton of points and maybe even prizes. Now I was pretty excited about this volume for one main reason, and that being that this is the first book now that there was none of the anime adapted from it. So this story, I had no idea what was going to happen in this book. For the first time in the first, 5 volumes of Accel World, this was a brand new story to me. I had not seen it in the anime or anywhere else. And so I was kind of interested to see where the story would go. I was very pleasantly surprised. Accel World is one of those series that, I don't know, like for me it just seems to keep working really well. Mainly, I think, because there continues to be development of the characters and of the plot and of the world that happens every single book. For instance, in this book, we, without spoiling anything, get a payoff for something that's been going on for a couple of books now. We also get a much more expanded view of the relationship between Kuruyuki Hime and Skyraker, who we met in the previous volumes. We also get to see a bit more of Kuruyuki Hime's personality starting to come out. She's not so much the Ice Queen and all detached and such that we see in some of the previous volumes. I also really love how this series sort of really romanticizes the whole idea of gaming and fighting games, and this concept that sometimes just by fighting each other we can express ourselves more than we can through words and stuff like that. Like, I mean, in a way, like as a gamer, it really kind of just gets me, because it just seems to speak to that whole positivity and that whole decency when it comes to games, and that there is a possibility for there to be competition while still being friends and even gaining friendships out of that competition. The other thing that I really enjoy about this book is that it takes sort of a tidbit of villainy that we learned about in previous volumes, in volumes 3 and 4, and is certainly starting to expand it and making it seem like there's a lot more going on, and it gives us this idea that the whole world could very well change in the following books. This book is, if you look at it, if you allow yourself sort of to imagine just what's gone on, you realize that this book is actually kind of pivotal for the whole series, and it opens the doors for the story to go to a lot of different places. And that really excites me to be 5 books in, and it feels like we're just starting some fresh new territory. So in general, Accel World number 5 just not even met, but I would say even slightly exceeded my expectations. I really enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed the series so far, rest assured that this volume is just as good, if not better, than some of the ones that came before it. And like I said, it is quite exciting because I had no idea what was going to happen throughout the book, because I've never seen the story adapted in any other way. So those are my thoughts on Accel World, book number 5, The Floating Starlight Bridge. Check it out, pick it up if you've loved Accel World. I really enjoy this series. I'm not saying that it's perfect by any means, but I find a lot to really enjoy, and I find that the main characters really kind of are enjoyable, and I really root for them and root for their relationships, unlike other series where they kind of leave me cold. Thanks very much for watching the video. Subscribe so you can check out all of my future light novel reviews, including future volumes of Accel World. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That is always amazing. I'll see you next time in my next video. Until then, bye-bye for now.